Hello and welcome. I'm Wise Old Tree, and this is a review of Dimension 20, Season 10, Misfits and Magic. Starting with an overview, Misfits and Magic is a live play tabletop RPG series produced by Dropout and released in summer of 2021. It's a standalone 4-episode series with an additional one-off holiday special episode. This is the fourth of the COVID-era seasons, although it's easy not to notice because the players are all together in the same room, just spaced out from one another and with their own individual cameras. Abria Iyengar is the Game Master, with Brennan Lee Mulligan taking the role of a player for the first time in Dimension 20, along with Lou Wilson, Erica Ishii, and Danielle Radford. Also, for the first time, the base system is not Dungeons & Dragons, instead using the Kids on Brooms game system. The series is Harry Potter satire, but of course with the names switched around. The players take the role of invitees of the pilot program of the Magic School, who quickly find that the wizarding world isn't everything they hoped it would be. For my overall impressions, this series does a lot of firsts for Dimension 20. It's the first series not to use Dungeons & Dragons as a base system. Even if you have no familiarity with Kids on Brooms, the system is well explained and easy to understand throughout the series. It also fits well with the setting and style of play used at the table. The series doesn't have combat in the same way that D&D based seasons do, so there aren't any sets or miniatures, although there's still plenty of art as well as a few physical props created for this season. Another first is obviously Abria being the game master instead of Brennan. Abria is a great fit in that role. She has a kind of assertive jock energy style, confident, intense, focused, and with an ability to make things happen. She works well with the players, can lean into a joke or steer the cast back on track as needed, and communicates the world well with her characters and setting. And the setting of the season is aggressively satire of Harry Potter. Obviously, the names and specific details are different. For instance, Gowpenny Academy instead of Hogwarts, and Scuppers instead of Quidditch, but the parallels are obvious. What makes the parody a bit odd is that in the world of Misfits and Magic, Harry Potter does exist as a popular book series and movie franchise. So the setting of Misfits and Magic will create a scene very similar to Harry Potter, for example, the Sorting Hat scene, and the characters will point out how what's happening to them is like the thing that happened in the movies. It's a kind of meta humor that forms the backbone of the comedy in this season. Then, of course, this is the first season of Dimension 20 where Brennan is a player and not the game master. Brennan plays Evan Kelp, a boy who's been haunted by demons his whole life, who is afraid of learning magic for what that might mean for him and those around him. And I'll be honest, I don't exactly like this character. It's odd because through 9 previous seasons, Brennan has shown a wonderful range of characters and personalities, but we just don't really see that here. Evan alternates between depressive moping and hyper intense aggression, neither of which are particularly engaging for me. But there are a couple moments in the season where Brennan really seems to come alive. And these moments are great and the kind that get shared around, but these are the exceptions and not the rule. I do like the rest of the player characters though, so maybe it's just an instance of this specific character not totally working for me. The standout player for this season is Erika Ishii, who is playing Dream, aka XX Broken Dream XX, aka Karen Tanaka, aka K. Dream is a perennially online teenager who likely overindulges in Tumblr and AO3, who's going through a goth phase that's totally not a phase, mom, and relates to others through tropes and tag labels. Dream as a character knows everything about Harry Potter and is beyond excited to be accepted to a magic school, even if that excitement shifts over time. Dream changes a lot throughout the short series, Erica really making the most of the short series length, and every part of the character's transformation is really fun to watch. As for a rating, I'm going to give Season 10 of Dimension 20, Misfits and Magic, a 3 out of 5. I think Abria is a great game master, and the players are overall fun, even if Brennan's character isn't exactly my favorite. But the setting and story is what earns the grade this season. I'll say the same thing here that I said about Escape from the Bloodkeep. The setting is so tethered to being satire of a popular brand that it lacks the ability to have its own identity. The satire is also more biting. Escape from the Bloodkeep felt like it was laughing with Lord of the Rings, while Misfits and Magic feels like it's laughing at Harry Potter. You can decide if that's something that appeals to you, but for me, straight satire only goes so far. Now, at the time I'm recording this, Season 2 for Misfits and Magic has been announced as coming out later this month, starting on the 25th. I am definitely interested in seeing more of this story, and whether it continues to be a straight parody or tries to grow out and assert more of its own identity. And I know which one I'd prefer to see. All right, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and see you next time for Season 11, The Seven.